Welcome everybody to the BT CATCAST. I'm your host, IZZIE from the 973, and today I'm joined by Énouement. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Yes, sir. My name is Justin.
I'm Chris.
We are the duo that makes up Énouement.
Word. And I see that you guys have been working hard on your capstone this year. Why don't y'all tell us something a little about it?
We've been working on this project for about like a year and a half or so, and originally it consisted of a lot of songs, probably more than like 20, but we had to consolidate it to like the definite songs that we want that feel the most powerful. Recently, me and my brother have been going to New York to like a lot of raves and like DJ sets and shows like that. So we've been kind of entering like a new wave of sound and trying to find like a new sound for ourselves. This is also a project that I'm very excited about because we haven't dropped anything new recently since like 2 years. So this is gonna be like the newest drop. So and the project that we've been working on the most, which I'm proud and excited about.
Word, that's tough. What would you guys say has been like the true kind of? What would you guys say kind of makes up like the essence of this project for you? What has been like your inspirations through this journey?
Inspiration-wise, I feel like definitely what Justin mentioned, going out to all those like raves and stuff, definitely tapping into that sound. Also, in terms of like vocal production-wise, definitely have been inspired by a lot of Kanye Yeezus. I've been listening to a lot.
Like Tame Impala, Daft Punk. Like recently, we've been listening to a lot of Daft Punk and just kind of getting that electronic inspiration and that like type of drive. Because usually we used to make mostly like soft ambient indie music, but now with our new like wave of sound and what we're trying to achieve right now, like it's forming into something new. So it's gonna be really exciting.
Sounds like it. Sounds like you guys are pulling from a lot of different places. I heard, Yeezus, Kanye, Daft Punk, Tame Impala, talking about the rave scene in there. I've been to a few myself. That music can be, pretty nuts. Sounds like, you guys have been really trying to push bounds from what you knew. What would you guys say is kind of something that you've learned from the journey thus far?
I would say just like growing more creatively and just like not letting one genre kind of hold us back. We kind of listen to and tap into everything, so we're taking inspiration from a little bit of everything.
I would say definitely learning to not be afraid to tap into different new things, embracing it rather than being worried about what it'll sound like, and just experimenting in general, because it's very, dancey, very vibey, and it's just in general fun to make, and it's a fun process. But yeah, definitely like learning to just adapt to something different.
Be feeling confident to create new things and just tapping into new genres and waves. I feel like that's a big thing for us because we kind of, like as I said before, we were kind of on like the slower type of like quieter vibe, but now like with like all these new inspirations and such, like we're kind of like trying to hit a whole like another type of
Rhythmic and
yeah,
just different type of vibrations.
Word, I respect that. I actually want to cut back because you guys have mentioned this a few times before that you've been working together with music for a while. You've been doing a lot of different and stuff. What would you say is kind of the history to that? If you want to tell the people, just like a quick summary.
History with that, ever since the beginning, our dad has been super heavy into music. He would be a part of, church groups and things like that, and we would always tag along. Eventually, I would start playing bass, guitar, stuff like that. Then he started picking up on piano, and it sort of just melted together into one project. It's fun being able to, make music, being able to get creative, with the bro, and it's just a cool process that, it's almost nostalgic too, because of the fact that, we grew up around this.
Yeah, and I would say like towards the end of like my high school career, I was definitely picking up more on like piano and just tapping into more with like music creating myself. And I had a music I had a music tech class that I had luckily in high school, so that kind of like just like drove me right into the whole like music creation and wanting to be an artist and wanting to release music and like finding your sound and such. So just kind of building on that, and then finding a school that has music technology as like a major, so like so we could like have so I could like actually learn and have an education of how to properly like engineer and be an audio engineer, and even just having more like influence here with like just making like more music and the more creativity that we have. So I would say just that, and like, you know, this is my brother, so like we're locked in. Like it's literally like we understand each other. Like when we make music, even when we're not making music, like we're just really tapped in, and we understand how our process goes, and it's very like easy going, and like it flows right whenever we're locked in, sitting down, and actually like working on projects.
Word, word. I love that. I love that. It sounds like you guys have truly like come a long way, you know, in your journey, both before and during this project. Why don't y'all go ahead and plug yourselves real quick. You know, let us know where to find and your other work, and you know where to listen when this comes out.
Yeah, so all caps, Énouement. You can find us on Apple Music, Spotify. We post on SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram as well, at Énouement Music, at ENOUEMENTMUSIC.
Yeah, and I know on SoundCloud and YouTube, I believe it's called Meathead Records. It's kind of like another name that like we kind of like have our own little like record label kind of going, so we just kind of stick to that name, and that's like we're the artists underneath that. So if
yeah, because you know
YouTube,
it's also individual music that we post to, you know, here and there. But the Énouement Collective itself, does,
yeah,
it's been sort of the focus.
Word. That's tough. Oh, that's tough. Thank y'all so much for coming out. This has been the CATCAST, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
Thank you.